Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel, and in this one we have the rank 1 Korean Rengar with an S+ build that most of you aren't using, but you should be. Fleet footwork, my friends. Runes were on your screen and you would have noticed, hey, fleet footwork. I understand what that gives me in terms of the precision tree, but what are we giving up when we lose the whole domination tree and or the first strike tree in terms of, you know, the booties of futures market and things like this? We gain Ingenious Hunter, which works on Sheen. You follow? So we're going to go a very stereotypical build path in terms of itemization, with the Bloodthirst, of course, to keep things spicy, and the Essence Reaver with that Ingenious Hunter working for us over time. We also have, of course, a Fleet Footwork, which allows us to go, as you're seeing here, leashless. Nice movement speed, nice heal, and Rengar loves movement speed more than almost any other stat, basically, because it increases his jump range, but also allows him to reposition and get to brushes quicker and more effectively, which is why this is basically the only pet you should ever be going. Although I do see some Rengars not do that, which concerns me. You should. So what we do here is, again, we do the very typical clear. I love this here. Just to pause it briefly, we do the red side. We hit the wolves to keep our ferocity stacks up. Obviously, that quality of life buff way back when was super nice. We know the Diana starts here and goes down, and now we can basically leverage that into an invade. And always pay attention to the prior you have or don't have, but the Fleet Footwork does give you the ability to thrive a lot more in these early fights when an Electrocute proc won't get you the guaranteed kill and the first strike doesn't really do enough. What is she hoping to achieve by dragging it to the edge? It's a Rengar, my friends. He can just do that, he can jump and he can smite you. You can reposition all you like, and we're just going to follow through with a flash. He's going to hit the blunt back over, and now you're running to a brush, you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. We'll get a little auto Q here, we'll cancel an auto attack, we'll hit another auto attack, and then we'll chuck the bowler and grab a kill. That ward is unfortunate, but we have a Scry's Bloom, so we will remove that ward from existence. You see how these things work out nicely for us. Now, obviously, the bot lane are MIA, our Rakan died, so we're like, guess we have to leave. But I love this. This is so Season 7. Season 7, we had, obviously, the dark times in Rengar's history. Those of us who are mains or Rengar enjoys, remember it? The swim car, yeah, the Q where he was doing a breaststroke and moving around the map. But the cool thing about that was it was so damn broken. It was used in pro play, and you could go red, take a few baby chickens, take the wolf camp, get level 3, such were the times, and then just run, invade, grab a kill. You did so much damage. It was insane. And it would be nice if they could fix the Mecha Rengar skin to accommodate the new or original Q so that it's not so trash. I mean, it will still be trash and awful, but at least it'll be less so. Anyway, so what we're looking at here is a red side quadrant, Fleet Footwork invade onto full clearing jungler. Diana shows up on the bottom side like, whoa, I guess I should be down here. Rengar's like, why are you down here and not up here? And that's because, my friends, when you die so early in some of the most weird positions possible, we're going to try and sneak in here, see if we can get a brush drop. Obviously, it is Aziri, and that is nice. We chucked out the bowler, but it doesn't really hit, although Alzara will finish it off, so that's nice. We kind of anticipated the positioning a bit. You know, like we got ahead of ourselves a little bit, but at the same time, no flash. Kind of waiting for that cleanse, doesn't come through, so we'll take the free kill. Nicely done. And of course, the Diana now is really, really compromised. And the thing is, when you do this into this, you've got here the 420 respawn Krugs, you've got the 4-minute, 35 to 45 respawn of the Raptors. The Diana has a blue into the Grump, so the equivalent timers on her Grump and her Wolves. But if she dies here at that time when she died, those camps aren't readily available, so she comes to the top side, obviously. She'll be able to take the Skeleton Crab, sure, but if there's no real ganking opportunities, now what? So she chose to basically say, look, I know I lost this, but maybe I can take this and gank the bottom lane while he's here, which of course was a fair assessment, but the Rengar, in this moment, made the nice counter gank and got the kill on the Zeri as well. The Pike moves to the mid lane with the Rakan. We have here the Zoe. I'm sure that Diana's going to be taking these Raptors and looking to over-the-wall cheese this. The Rengar, we did see this, so we know that she's doing it, okay? So what we're doing here is kind of scanning to set up a counting egg. But there's a bit of a cheeky ward, and obviously you're not going to have the best tracking of little dive opportunity here. When you're killing down here and doing all of this, you're not always going to notice the wards that are being placed by laners, but obviously that was actually quite good in terms of the juice. We jump and hit the bowler mid-air to try and connect max range, The cannon does die, unfortunately, and the Diana now is basically fallen back to a grump here. Rengar will basically know this because we saw her move across, we saw her go back. We'll get the kill here, we'll get the dive, we'll get the shove, we'll get some blades. We are getting rich, and I love it because it's a Rengar. We chuck a bolus, hey, no Moon Lady, and now of course the TP comes through. Clyde is level 6, he has shown up again. So we are now going to basically say, look, can I reposition as much as possible? Bush jumping, we have the cleanse, we have the heal, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. I just kid, I know it's 100% gonna be enough. Diana is trying not to walk closer to the Rengar. We have another bolo. Oh my goodness. What? This is so clean. I love Korean Rengars. Their bush play is the best in the world. Really? It doesn't get better than a low ping, fleet footwork, top lane Rengar person in the brushes. At the same time, he's a jungle main, my friends. He's a jungle main, and that was exquisite. We are repositioning, we're jumping, we're jumping, we're jumping. We're making sure we use that Empower Cleanse appropriately. We're getting 4 ferocity stacks again so that we can hit the boulder to disengage. The guy was playing with his food. And honestly, super nice. Super, super nice. Look, I've covered a lot of Rengar videos. I've a lot of views on Rengar. It's still refreshing and fun to see such amazing bush play. And the Diana's just like, well, I have to stay here because if I give him the out, then I'm doomed, but I'm doomed anyway. You basically putting them between a rock and a dead place, and they have to make that executive decision. So basically we see here the Kiana's going to the mid lane because our mid laner has died. So instead of going to the Ren to the Krugs, we just go and hold this lane. Now again, reduced laner experience for the jungle atomization is a small issue, but that's fine. We are close to 6, but not that close, you know, where it's like you could absorb it and maybe make a play from that. So here it's just, I understand the denial of platings and high elo. In your games, I do advise obviously the same kind of principles, but at the same time, don't let it compromise your full sequence in your experience in gold game from the jungle because, you know, you'll give up free dragons, your bottom lane will die, you've got to play the elo as well. However, we do get 6 here. The Zoe shows up, the Pyke shows up to body block. We'll say, well, you know, fine, we'll just kill you. The Pyke hooks us in to the the Kiana, who then hits an ultimate onto us, but we have 4 stacks and we activate our heal and get the kill anyway. Now we kill the Diana, and you're looking at this basically 649 heal from the fleet footwork at this stage, and it has come in clutch in every single scenario. Really such a powerful and potent rune. And of course now we realize, okay, our blue isn't up yet, so we can go ahead and stack this baby. We'll jump out of here. We have here the Zoe pushing down this. We're kind of low, so we probably cannot afford to kind of bing shill on that wave. And Pyke shows up on the grump. No deep vision here other than the projection of, hey, I saw you go down here. You're probably going to your blue side. Let me make a play. So that's the Pyke just making a straight up play. That does happen. They are allowed to do so. And now we see here the down on the top side. But this is fine because even though we had 4 assists, we were what, 104, now we're 314. That's okay because Rengar's Bone Tooth stacking gives us that bonus attack damage anyway. So it's not like you're another kind of assassin jungler who really truly needs that gold or that futures market or things like this. We don't have the futures market. Didn't have the kills, yet we are still strong and very fed. 4.1k gold in pocket, most in the game other than the enemy ADC who's got 5.4, which makes us kind of afraid, except we are Rengar, which means fear for the enemy ADC, because she will die. Patience Viceroy, she will die. We have here the Kled activating his ultimate, going vroom vroom with the Kled, doing the stuff. We basically hippity hoppy did this over to the Scuttle Crab, the giant purple aggressive Scuttle Crab that kills turrets, Herald. And now we see this, shoving the wave again, hit the plant. Oh, hello Diana. Can I get a snack and a kill? There we go. Oh, it's so juicy when you are this fed. You have the Dust Blade as well, 28 stacks on the Gust Walker Hatchling, and you're like, Diana's 19, and you're like, I don't care. So the rank, why? You know he's there. If you walk to the bush, you're dead. 100% guaranteed. So I was like, all right, I'll take the free kill. So even in Master Plus Korea, even in high elos across the planet, people do things that they know they shouldn't because they think they might be able to get away with it. And a good Rengar will pounce immediately onto those scenarios and grab those kills. It's pretty easy. I say this in every video, but it's the famous Ryan Choi from season 4. He walks into a bush, you look at him, you press Q, you land on it, and you just spam, you hit your face on the keyboard, and all your buttons go crazy. Except now we don't have 4 Doran stacking in the jungle and top lane and things like this. Times have changed in that regard. Again, beautiful, subtle, supple, and lovely lane gankings. One here. Rengar players don't do it enough. You need the brushes, you love the brushes, you can outplay in the brushes, and you can invest in the brushes, because now we obviously haven't taken this one. We see the Diana go in the mid lane here. This is, okay, look, the power thing was good. I'm not happy with the time waste. I know he was kind of waiting for this, but we could have just gone straight for this. Now he's invested this time, and now you're thinking, well, didn't you but call out Platinum junglers for investing this time in that elo? Yes, but here we have such a gargantuan gold lead, and we know that the bait will come. So it's pretty much a case of, are you snowballing in the lane and yourself? At the same time, I think we can all agree that this was a bit too much. Better to snack this one, kind of know that the Dyna's not going to come to the top side here. I don't really care if we get a kill or not. I know we're going to get this turret most likely, but, you know, like, is this worth such a huge invest in most elos? No. We get the kill here, that's great. We're going to get the plates, we're going to get the turret, that's fine. That's the play, right? We invested this time for that particular reason. But in lower elos, you can have other junglers that have been coached just to go farming. Take the dragons, go farming, gank a lane, they'll get 20, 30 CS, and most likely your top laner and you are not going to play this as well and as smoothly as you have done. No offense, but just that's the raw reality of it. We'll flash to avoid the pike hook here. Would have preferred to see this guaranteed snacked, and then maybe use that for a straight up dive. Same play, get some more camps, get an objective, get the turret anyway, get the turret plates anyway, get the giga shove, and force something. So that's definitely a better invest in a lower elo game. In Korea, you know, snowball the cannon, get yourself some more cash money gold. But you see the difference here, right? We're almost 30 CS down. So we wasted a lot of time and a lot of CS, and the Diana's able to actually catch up. She's level 8, we're level 8. We have 6.3, she has 4.5. She's behind in gold, but we gave her that experience outlet, which is not something you really want to do in elos when that experience matters a lot as well. I mean, it always matters, but you know what I mean? Like, she's literally a level ahead now, right? Which I think is just an illegal thing, because obviously she got the Herald. So lack of objective control, yes. Too much time invested in the top lane gank for anticipating the Diana because the tracking wasn't on point, also yes. But overall, if you're gonna invest that much time into the lane gank, into the gank, and use that power thing, well, you damn well better get a kill and some plates for it. I guess that's the ultimate bottom line there. Now the pike is moving here. That's not good for him. Boom. Little jump, little Ebola, little another one, little knockup, little auto attack. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rakan. Kled moves to the mid lane here. Zoe gets a kill in the Kiana. Kled runs into nothing. Rengar bush jumps. Here we go. We have another Bola if we need to use it, which we do. We get a chain CC into the Rakan. We take away Skull and say, no, Skull for you. And then we kill the Kled as well. So you're getting the kills. Okay. And again, the free footwork, we don't always have the most stats in game from runes, unfortunately, but we're looking at 1500 healing here, which not always is super meaningful because it also gives you the clears and so on. But if you view it as, hey, this is making me healthier so that I can go make these plays without compromise, that's a good thing, right? Now, the Dyna will get this off for some plate gold, which is, again, something we don't want to give her. We don't want to give her free experience, free lapping, free gold. He's a level up now. It's just letting the enemy jungler get away with stuff. And it's something I talk a lot about in the gold course. Fusing this desire to snowball yourself in your lanes while also denying the enemy jungle. And we started off super good, right? We did this, cut, kill, compromised it such that she came down to the bottom side. Now she's go to the top side. We saw go here, then here, and we did everything in her face, right? But then we kind of just wasted a lot of time investing into the ganks there, and we lost some objectives, and we lost some camps, and now she's really amping up that clear speed. So pros and cons with that approach. Now, we have the Essence Reaver here, ha ha ha, and of course our Ingenious Hunter is stacked. This is something old, like Vega V2 tweeted this, Jesus, must be 2021 now. There was some, at the time there was a Conqueror Ezra build, and he was basically saying you go the Ingenious Hunter as well. So you basically get a Sheen proc on every Q at some point later in the game. Now we're 2 levels down on this Kiana, but it don't matter because we Rengar and she's going lazy base here, or does it matter? No, it doesn't. She flashed into it. She flashed into it and she died. Everyone make fun of the Kiana, because all Kianas need to be made fun of. But you're seeing here, fine, yes. Did we get the kill? Cool. Was it closer than it needed to be? Yeah. But at the same time, you're seeing what you give up when you play like this, and it's a little bit inefficient with the power thing. So not the biggest fan of that, but overall, every game, this guy pops off. He has got a 70% win rate. The guy knows what he's doing. The fleet footwork is absolutely juiced. The heal is lovely. The extra movement speed is also really good, really great to use very poetic language. And now, obviously, we can shove this out a little bit, fall back to this quadrant. Now we can cut and look here. Rengar's ultimate will be up again in, we're at 66.67, so 2/3 of a second for the current moment. And as he dings 11, he should knock off about 5-6 seconds from that as well, so we should be at 60. There we go, 60.61, how nice. Now we're shadowing, all right, because the mid-game has occurred. This turret is down, this turret is still up, this turret is still up. They've taken this one. The map isn't as elevated as it could and should be for this particular game. Now, obviously, when Pyke baits, don't follow into the darkness. We have the Kiana here, split pushing a little bit. Rengar does a full clear down. Diana joins in. Pyke is over the wall. Kled is going in. Zeri's on the back line here. We are now basically... Quite funny. Now the Kiana will also be showing up here, so we see this and we decide to rotate, which is of course the right play in this particular case, unless of course our team has lost it over the wall. Well then, I have been baited and I don't like it. Only don't rotate if the fight is giga guaranteed doomed, but in this particular case, he wanted to rotate. It was the right decision to rotate in that moment. Oh, Kled, good night. Just a little hippity-hoppity. There we go. We have full stacks now. Zeri, can we hit you over the wall? She moves away from the wall, goes straight for the tower, gets a kill. We see the Kiana here. Of course, we can activate our Q here just for a little bit of movement speed as necessary before those stacks fall away. We dodge his hook. That's nice. She walks close to the wall. Here we get the jump. We get the next one. We get the kill. We'll get that E. That's 100% a dead person. We get hooked here by the Pyke. We flash out again. We chuck Ebola back into the bush. We have 4 stacks of ferocity again. Kiana's dead thanks to the cannon. And now we need to be a little bit careful. No, I mean, he needs to be careful. He just got obliterated. Again, they keep walking close. You're like, we need to be careful. And then they just walk close to a brush. Honestly, I'm trying to keep some suspense here. And the Pyke's like, nah, just kill me. I'm over it. Take me out. Rengar knows his stuff, knows his balance. We are, of course, are maxing E second, which is very weird for a Rengar in Korea. Most of them like those W second builds, fighter builds. We activate our R here, which is probably a bit overzealous, to be honest with you. I just love it when someone's super low. And the Rengar's even lower, and you're like, well, this could be bad for the Rengar if, and then they just walk near a brush, and you're like, never mind. As soon as they walk near the brush, you know the guy's jumping in with 4 stacks of ferocity. We've got a powered Q, we've got a powered E if we need it. People are gonna die, you know, almost guaranteed. And of course, when you've got full-on ferocity, then we can always triple Q some people. Which is why it's a little bit sad when we waste those... Oh, he's dead. The slow is so juicy, isn't it? The slow is so juicy. The slow on this, 99% for 0.25 seconds. In addition to the slow we have on our Bola strike, means that if they're walking around brushes, that every time. All right, here, now let's take another look at the healing. 3.171. So the healing from Fleet in those fights, those really tight fights, whew, a lot. Right? We jumped a lot. Like we were talking about it, what, at 13 minutes or so, 14, 15 minutes, and now we're at 18, and we basically almost doubled it. This fight here just stacked it. And all of the healing we got, as you saw from the kill on the Pyke, Triumph plus the free footwork into the Dragon there, it adds up so severely. We have here the ult, now the Kled is zoning us, we're just going to run around the back line saying, nope, I don't want to deal with the Kled here. Can I get to the Zeri? We're flanking, nice angle of approach here. Do we need to peel or do we need to chase the Zeri? The Zeri's playing a little bit safe. We'll jump in here. We do miss the Bola on that one. We're going to make sure we're playing around our cooldowns. We jump over the bush there, get another auto Q, another passive proc from the Duskblade of Drakthar. We'll just auto attack, snack that Pyke as well. Q is up again, plus a W. We'll do a little bit of bush play here. We'll cleanse with the W. Q is up, of course. We need to reposition a little bit here. Ebola is now up. Zoe's bubble does not hit. Zeri goes back in here. We'll just jump and get the cleanse again. See, that time we were dead. That time it would have been a little bit more difficult, and Zeri gets a kill again. Zeri is a disgusting abomination of a champion, equal in unnatural design to Yuumi. Just obviously not quite the same, but Zeri and Yuumi have made me the most frustrated I can remember when they were released into the game. Because I remember I was playing like a Sejuani game or something the first time Zeri was released, and I CC'd her for about what felt like 1800 years. I had an echo mid as well, right? So we had the E. And she just couldn't be locked down or killed. And she kept running away and chasing, running away and chasing. And I know it's a different version of Zeri now, but the champion's still disgusting. The fact that you can invest a gank here and she can just go over here, like, why is this allowed for a ranged champion? Ranged champions, their skill is in their positioning. End of story. I don't, you know, can you imagine if they gave a mage that ability? Like a Talon, right? But it's a mage. See, if you're worried, what about Electrocute and the damage? What about the stacks of the Conqueror and the damage? What about the First Strike and the gold and the damage? Doesn't really matter. We have so much damage off. Oh, that W was disgusting. See, the problem is you go all in on the Rengar and he just presses the magic button and he heals the great HP back. And then he kills you and he's got the fleet footwork as well. Now we are already, by the way, at Duskblade, Essence Reaver, and obviously we have the IE. You can basically do this. I mean, Lord Dumps is always great, but you can basically go IE for super mega gaming if you're super fed, because if they're all squishy and there's no real armor threat, then the damage is just insane. Diana goes in over here, that again. The guy's just solo carrying this game with this absolute disgusting amount of damage. And again, the healing, I'm gonna keep tracking this because we're at 4.1 now. Another 1,000 since 18 minutes. So 3 minutes later, another 1,000 healing. Healing in any respect is super powerful, always. Movement speed as well. Now, we have in post-game how much it's active, right? If I'm not mistaken, or am I dreaming? Like how much fleet footwork is active in the post-game stats of your client. Wish we had it in-game. I keep saying this though. Conqueror needs to not just be healing. It needs to be, hey, you gained this much damage exactly from Conqueror. Like if you gain an extra 40 AP, ooh, we've activated the ultimate and we have triple Q time. 6 on the passive there. We're looking, we're probing, we're having a sneaky look. We're gonna have to activate it here. And, oh, Kiana. Boom. Again, you can't ult the Rengar. We're gonna flash Q that one. We're gonna flash Q that one to make sure. She tries to ult and burst out the Rengar and he just presses W. He is not learning. Fortunately, we weren't able to fully get that nice Zeri triple Q combo, but it's okay. Look at this! Look at this! I mean, I don't care if she dies. See, now we're doing a bit of split pushing. This is good, right? We have the Baron. Our teammate can now chase. We killed the pick. We're gonna split on the side here. They're chasing down the ADC. Kled shows up as well. We're staring. We're looking. We're observing. We're like, okay, cool. Watch this. Boom, boom, boom. Chuck it. Used to be worse. Like he used to do mortar structures. Season 4. We take an in-hit forward. Yes, our whole team wipes, but that's fine. As I said, in this case, if you do a full clear down and your whole team wipes and there's nothing you can do, you can always leverage that into split, especially when there's no Baron available. He rotated in the moment, thought that's a good play. They all died and he just outplayed them insanely. He just outplayed them. Had healing, had positioning, was able to at least mitigate all disaster. We activate ults here. We're going to go ahead and look for a lazy back from the Zeri, but let's be fair, she's most likely going up, right? He was in the middle of the lane, actually. I thought she might just go up and take some red camps. In your elos, that will happen. She will just take camps. 100%. Why is the phone dinging? Excuse me for interrupting this program with phone dings. Usually it's on silent. I apologize. Okay. We chase down the Kled. Nothing happens. We're clearing our quadrant here. What do we have in the pocket? 2-1-13. We've got the finish of the Lodoms. We have here the Serrated Dirk. And this red... Oh, blue buff is spawning. This is nice now. This pressure is huge because Kennen can always kind of match. I feel like he should be okay. We do want to snack this dragon up because, again, movement speed kind of good. Kled is split pushing this one. We have the Zeri mid lane, which is huge. We could have some contests here. Nope, they're giving it up. They have to at this particular stage. Push this out, push this out. Kennen is killing, as I said, killing the Kiana. So he definitely can match her, I feel, based upon that information. Rengar's back in the river, having a cheeky look, taking the Krugs. We have the extra Dirk here, so no stress. See the Zeri ult is available now. So we're going to do a bit of scanning and have a look. Who wants to be assassinated? Pyke? Pyke's pretty good because you hit that bola while you jump, right? You prime your Q, you hit the bola while you jump, you got the W. The burst combo is so good. And then you can root him, you know, just to keep him in place. Which is always useful in sneaky champions like this. And now because we were looking for the flank, and we have the flank, the enemy team recognizes, look, the Kenneth splitting, the Zoe is out of the picture here, the Rengar's probably looking to trap. Why don't we just engage? Which is exactly what they want to do in this particular case. But the Rengar says, yeah, but, oh, patience, patience, flanking and patience. Who do we choose to die? Zeri goes over the wall there, apparently no one. The patience there is so good. So if you're a Rengar it's a lot of E damage. If you're a Rengar or a sort of Evelyn kind of player, you see how we looked at two low people? Maybe we can go and maybe not. You recognized if he did do that, he would die here. So we reposition. We just don't go in, we reposition. We use the patience. We let the fight play out. The Kled comes back in here. Of course, we have full stacks as well. We're going to keep going. Onto the Kled there, we can just use full empowered here at that particular moment. We have 3 stacks now. We want to try and get onto the Pyke here as best we can. Guys disappeared. Alden 12, but he's probably out. No, he's probably out. That's fine. We'll just push this out. Unlucky. We have the Kiana on the top side as well. That's absolutely fine. Level 16 now. 22.6 is the KDA. 5.7. 5.781. So 5.8k healing provided by Fleet Footwork over the course of this game. Not to mention, every single time we got that movement speed boost in the open field when we didn't have a brush, but also around the brushes, right? Huge. Gas Walker's obviously fully loaded as well. We'll snack that as well. All of this as well. South Africans love to say as well. So we ult because we know it's going to be showing up. We chuck it or we miss it. That's fine. We don't overcommit. That's okay. You can just use it for threat and push and then disengage. You don't always have to use it to go in. I think assassins and lower elos don't understand that, hey, look, I'm going to go in here, check my spells, the guy repositions. I'm not going to overchase to get the kill because then I'll die and then we give up other things. I'll just use it to chunk and shove, take a camp and get out. We have now sold our Serrated Dirk. We're going to go straight for the BF Sword, which I think is the right play. And obviously, the sustained healing will be super useful against things like Kiana. Not to mention we get a shield. Aha! The Blade Fleet Footwork combo was something that they were target nerfing. But we're not an ADC, so, and we don't take overheal, so all good for us. Basically, we're looking at here, yeah, he needs a base for the Bloodthirster. Do we do this normally? I think this is fine. You have to trust that your team's not going to engage, right? Because if your team engages and all die, and now you're by yourself, can you 1v9 with it? Rengar ults, Pike goes in, gets a hook here. That's a dead Pike, 100%. A little bit of a cheeky Q over the wall. Can we go? And yes, we can. Nice little jump. We get knocked back from the Kiana here. Obviously, we don't have our W this time, but we can flash, reposition with a jump. That's nicely done. Here's a Diana. We jump. We get that one. So I like this very quick, you see. We go in here, we pushed out, we flash to the bush, we jump back over, and now we can end the game. Quick, the guy was so quick with it. You can't commentate on it. That's the thing about Rengar. You got to put in the time to master the mechanics such that all of these things are subconscious. You're not thinking about it. But when it happens, as you can see, it's very, very quick the whole time. When to use what empowered ability, when to quickly flash and jump over the wall, when to, you know, position here and hold your W and then stack it up again with the passive and obviously use the root to disengage. It's all feel and knowledge and subconscious. And it's very difficult to sort of commentate on in real time because you kind of have to focus on one thing, like, oh, he died, or oh, he used an empowered Q or an empowered E. Oh, look, he cleansed. By the time you've said that, the dude's done 4 other mechanical things to outplay someone. So that is very rewarding. This is why he's rank 1 Korea on Rengar with a 70% win rate. This is why Fleet Footwork has a 54% win rate build. Because it is absolutely insane the amount you can get. 6.8k healing. Wow. Huge. Absolutely monstrous. The healing from Triumph still 2.2k. 3,537 damage. You can't see it provided by the Essence Reaver. Huge stats. Huge build. Well played. Beautifully played. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned something. Builds on Sada.gg and courses on Virkayu.gg. And I will see you all in the next tutorial.